Could we please call our meeting to order? It's exactly 1800 hours, and we have a few things on the agenda that's important tonight, but the first thing that I would like to do is ask everyone to rise for the most important, the invocation by our Commissioner Jeff Delano, and remain standing for the pledge.
Lord, we thank you for this day and this night, Lord, that we could all gather here for this commission meeting. We ask you, Lord, to be with each one of these people that are here tonight and to be with us, Lord, here as we sit to make different decisions. Lord, we ask you to touch our hearts, touch our minds. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, that's right. Hey, very, very good, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Hey, are you calling the roll?
Yes, sir.
I didn't see Val. Oh, is she not here?
I'm here.
Could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Deborah Snow,
Here.
Commissioner Penny Curry,
Here.
Commissioner Jeffrey Delanoy,
Here.
Commissioner Roy Johnson,
Here?
Mayor John Penny.
Okay, now the first thing before we start, I have a question for our city attorney. Am I allowed to make or second a motion tonight?
No.
Good. That's all I need to know. I was pretty sure that was right. Now, item number 2, we have presentation from a Holly Hill PD swearing-in officer, Stillman Ilera. Is that correct? Chief's going to handle this, right?
You don't have to take him out.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't hold it like this.
Thank you, Commission. Here tonight, we want to recognize and swear in one of our newest officers. It's going to be, his name is Officer Stillman Ilera. You can come forward, please. For me. So Officer Ilera began his law enforcement career as a dispatcher for the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, including 7 cities that he was responsible for. He gained experience in regards to 911 calls, entering warrants, crime analysis. Officer Ilera decided to take what he had learned and accompany it with his education in criminal justice from the University of Central Florida and apply it here at the Holly Hill Police Department as a police officer. Officer Ilera is currently finishing up his master's degree in finance, and his future goals are to apply his experience and knowledge to grow within the department and help affect change within itself. And family in attendance tonight is his mother, Josephina Silva, his son, Owen Ilera, sister, Sergeant Stephanie Gagliardi, his brother-in-law, Officer Thomas Gagliardi, nieces Rihanna and Raquel, and as well as several friends and former co-workers. And presenting the badge tonight will be his son, Owen, and his sister, Stephanie. Might want a little piece. You sure? Is that what it was, Grandma? Congratulations, Officer Ilera. While we have you standing up here. Come on in, Grandma. While we have you standing up here, if you can. Swear your name with right hand. I, state your name.
I, Stillman Ilera,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution of the state of Florida
under the Constitution of the state of Florida
and the charter of the city of Holly Hill,
and the charter of the city of Holly Hill,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
that I will and faithfully perform
the duties of the office of police officer
the office of the
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
of the city of Holly
of
Hills,
the city of Hollywood,
which I am now about to enter.
that I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Take a couple pictures real quick. But while we're standing here, this is going to pretty much mark the end of our swearing in service, but I did have a couple words for Officer Alera. So when I started this profession, it was a different profession. And today you are entering a profession that expects the best from you at all times, but also it takes a lot from you. So I'm expecting you to not only protect the residents and the visitors of the great city, but I'm also expecting you to protect yourself, spiritually, mentally, and physically. So spiritually, always staying grounded and rooted in the foundation of your faith. Mentally, having an outlet to go to after this job. We have to have somewhere to go after this job. We don't want you to continue to keep this job, taking it home with you, but you got to have an outlet. So we want you to stay healthy mentally. And physically, stay active. Make sure you carry the proper diet and you get the proper amount of rest, because we need you focused when you come here to work. So and finally, be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished and of the responsibility you've undertaken. This career isn't easy, but it is noble. You've been chosen to serve, protect, and lead by example. Approach each day with humility and a clear sense of purpose, and I promise you, you're going to make a difference here in the city. So congratulations.
Now we're happy. All right. All of you, yes.
Nah, they'll probably get them
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
everyone.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, we can start now. Jim's here.
I'll give him a minute to exit into the hallway. Now that we got that great presentation out of the way, before we get into the regular meeting, I don't know if it's necessary or not, but I would like to ask someone to make a motion to excuse our mayor, and maybe a second.
Sure. I make a motion to excuse him.
Whoever makes a motion.
I'll second it, but just so you know for future, it's not in the charter that that's necessary.
I'd rather be sure.
That's fine. I'll second it.
It's an excused absence. Okay, now, item number 3 on the agenda is public comments.
Oh, we have to vote. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have a vote, did you?
No, and.
We all know we're going to say go. We all say good. Let's have a vote.
Public comment.
Okay.
Let's have a vote. Also.
We need to have public comment.
Huh?
Public comment.
Oh, we're on the
Yeah, we
vote?
got to open it up for the public.
Okay, come on, public comments. Anybody have anything to say about the mayor missing tonight? Besides Jim LeGarry? Come on up, Jim, if you'd like to speak.
This is not public comments now, Jim. This is just for excused absence for the mayor, okay? Yours is next, real quick. Okay, see
I have
none
nothing.
opposed?
We've never heard that.
See none, we'll close and ask for a vote. All those in favor?
Yeah,
Yes.
All those opposed, same. Now, we'll go to item number 3. For public comments, anyone has anything they would like to talk about that is not on the agenda? Go for it, Jim, come on up. Mr. Legary, our Citizen of the Year.
Jim Legary, 342 Burley. I think I have a question for Scott and Jim Cameron. How does anything from the municipal level get up to the state and federal? Is there anything exclusive to municipalities? Or are we at the mercy of Tallahassee and Washington?
Go right ahead, yes.
I think what you're referring to is what's called preemption. And there is, we are created, under the home rule, we're created by the Constitution and state law. And we are subject to the federal and state laws. General laws apply. So we are subject to those laws if the legislature takes preemption. Preemption can be express preemption, where it says in the statute that this is something that's exclusively under the control, the regulation of the state. A good example of that is gun laws, and express preemption of all gun laws, so local governments cannot adopt regulations on gun laws. Then you have what's called implied preemption, where they don't expressly say you can't regulate it, but they do such an extensive amount of regulation, there's no room to regulate. So it's by de facto they have regulated everything. Sometimes the state will set the minimum basis, and we can adopt more restrictive. They don't preempt. They say this is the minimum threshold. That you can't adopt a regulation below that threshold, but we can adopt more restrictive. So it depends on the subject that you're talking about. I don't know if that answers your question or not.
I'm searching around here because it seems like it is increasingly more difficult for the general population to get anything to the government at the state or federal level.
I guess that would be your representatives to try to get something to them to carry up their.
So we have to be nice to Jim Cameron.
But there are some things, obviously it's been in the paper quite a bit, where the state has, kind of stepped into, especially development issues.
Right.
Lately with Senate Bill 180, they have taken away our authority. Do that. I know there's discussions about wanting to sue over that. Some jurisdictions may challenge that law, but home rule, we are subject to state general laws of the state of Florida. And there's been several development regulations, laws adopted affecting development regulations, our authority to regulate development is kind of tough.
wasn't fluoride one of those things they took out of our hands?
What was that?
Fluoride. They took that out of our hands.
They did?
Yeah.
I was working with Joe over the weekend, sending some information about it. It's kind of weird how they worded it. But I guess there's been a decision made that we can only add certain water additives
Right.
by how it's defined under the law. And it has to improve water quality to be a water additive that we're allowed to do. Everything else is prohibited. The law doesn't expressly mention fluoride.
Okay.
I think the de facto is that fluoride does not meet the definition of, I think it's water additive,
Right.
and therefore we can't add it. but fluoride is one of them.
Now, before, since we're in public comments, Jim, would you like for Jim Cameron to, because you said you put him into the comment, would you like to say something about it, Jim, add to it? I know you have a lot of experience and knowledge with it.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything more exact. I'm Jim Cameron Consulting. I can't add more. Scott pretty much had it on the nose right there. I mean,
Okay.
and the big thing that's coming down that everybody is talking about, city and county and all, is that Senate Bill 180. But pretty much like Scott said, I mean, state law, it preempts, let's say, city and county. Everybody I know is talking about, local home rule, and I agree. But once things get up there to Tallahassee, that's kind of forgotten sometimes.
And I might add that we have Bill Partington there, and he's very good to communicate with.
And I want to say, Bill, I think Bill got an award for home rule.
And he will talk to you, Jim, believe me.
You're right, but yes, that's pretty much the situation, especially as it relates to, like Scott said, for Senate Bill 180.
Good. I appreciate it. Is anyone else that would like to make a public comment on anything that's not on the agenda? Or have a question? Seeing none, we'll close public comments, and we'll go for item number 4, which is approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I second it.
Okay, does anyone have any comment on the minutes? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote on that. I know I'm out of practice, Scott, but I'm learning as I go.
You're doing good. You can just say all in favor.
Yeah, just all in
Oh, all
favor.
in favor, go ahead.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, it should be none, right?
Yeah.
Good. I'll do better the next time I'm the mayor.
It's
Okay, we've got approval.
like riding a bike.
We've got approval of the minutes,
Yes.
not necessarily. John Penny said I could stay a little longer, but I told him, no, that's okay. Now we're going to item number 5, the consent agenda. No item will be removed from a consent agenda unless one of the commissioners decide to remove it from consent agenda. Is anyone in the audience would like to speak about an item on a consent agenda? Jim LeGarry, come on up. Give
Jim
it.
Gary, 342 Berlin. I want to say on the why the traffic has picked up amazingly. And it's really delightful to see. And I could remind people in the listening audience, there's still a library there. Go down and pick up a book. Thank you.
Traffic is heavy too. You know what I mean? Okay, so, do we have anyone else would like to speak on the consent agenda? So do we have a motion to approve the consent?
Motion to approve.
I'll second the approval of the consent
Motion and
agenda.
a second. Now, we need a vote on it. All those in favor, I picked up on that last time. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like? None? Approved? Okay, now we're going to item number 6 is our regular agenda. And the first thing on the regular agenda is Resolution 2025 R60, a resolution of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, relating to state legislative service. And Scott, would you like to read that?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution number 2025-R60 by title only for first and only reading. A resolution of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, relating to state legislative services, approving an agreement with Doug Bell from the firm Metz, Husband and Dalton, PA, for state legislative appropriations services in the amount of $45,000 per year for a one-year period paid in monthly installments, providing for severability and providing for effective date.
Okay, is anyone in the audience would like to make any comment or question on item number 1? Jim Cameron, come on up.
I wanted to commend y'all, I mean, because, like I say, Matt's husband and Dalton, I mean, that's a good firm. Scott, I believe you just mentioned that Doug Bell will be your rep here locally that you'll be working with. I mean, Doug goes back, I mean, he is one of the best lobbyists I've seen up there, I mean, in Tallahassee. So, I just want to commend you, I mean, you got a good firm up there, and, I know they'll do a good job for y'all.
Thank you, Jim. That's a great comment, man, and well-deserved. I don't see any other hands. No one else wants to speak on item number 1. I would like to have a motion to...
I'll make a motion.
I didn't
to
say-
approve,
yeah,
I'm
I said
sorry.
Motion to approve item number 1.
I'll second it.
And Jeff,
I
second?
do have a comment
Yes,
first.
go right ahead.
Joe, I know that we have been very successful with this firm, and you and I, when we met, you told me how much we've received because of the lobbying. Do you have that figure with you, or?
Over the past 3 years, Doug Bell and his associates were able to secure for us just under $4 million, roughly $3,880,000 in the 3-year period that he was here. And that was for the fire station, some public works sewer extension items, some backflow preventers, lift station elevations, regional drainage and estuary monitoring systems, and reclaimed water installation.
Thank you. So you can see where it's beneficial, to the city. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second. Does anyone else want to speak? Deborah? Nothing you want to speak on?
I'm ready to vote.
Motion is second. Could we have a vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carried. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 0. Okay, now we're going to item number 2, resolution 2025 R61, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, renewing the waste management
Waste Pro.
agreement. Go for it, Scott.
Resolution number 2025-R-61 by title only for first and only reading. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, renewing the waste management agreement pursuant to Section 2 of the agreement with Waste Pro of Florida, Inc. for a period of 10 years beyond the current expiration and renewal period ending September 30th, 2027, authorizing the mayor and city manager to execute the agreement for solid waste and recycling collection and disposal services with Waste Pro of Florida, Inc., providing for severability, providing for conflicting resolutions, and providing an effective date.
Great. Anyone in the audience like to speak on this, item number 2? Seeing none, we'll close and ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Second motion and a second. Does any commissioner have a comment or a question?
I would just like to say to Mr. Redmond that handles our contract with them, that every time I've had a complaint, they have always been very responsive and have corrected it quickly. So I appreciate that.
And ever since I've known him, he looks the same. He never ages any. Thanks, Bill. Huh?
I also want to acknowledge Steve is in the audience, and he's a representative with Waste Pro.
Would he like to make any kind of a comment or statement? Or?
Probably not.
Probably not, because we already got getting down to a vote here. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say no. Okay. That passed 4 to 0. Now, item number 3, resolution 2025 R62, a resolution of the City Commission of City of Holly Hill, Florida, approving a budget amendment.
Resolution number 2025-R-62 by title only for first and only reading. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, approving a budget amendment request reallocating $100,000 from the completed City Hall parking lot resurfacing project to the Riverside Park Pier repair, approving a budget amendment request budgeting $100,000 from prior year carryover to the Riverside Park Pier repair, awarding a purchase order to Gator Dock and Bridge, for the materials required to repair the Riverside Park Pier at a cost of $117,194, and authorize the city manager to execute the same, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
It's amazing how much a sailboat damage can do, huh, Joe?
Yep.
But, is anyone in the audience would like to speak on item number 3? Nothing, Joe? Seeing?
I was going to make a comment about that.
I was too, I just
You don't
wasn't,
have a sailboat, huh?
I didn't know if I understood it correctly, but yay, Jim.
Do we have a motion to approve item number 3?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it.
And Deborah seconded. Does anyone like to ask a question or make a comment on it?
Just, I appreciate you saving us the money so we could put it towards another project. Well, I have to believe, yes.
I appreciate it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We passed 4-1 again here, Scott.
4-0.
Oh, that's right, 4-0. Well, so one of them's out, one's gone. That's right, you don't count. Okay, now we're going to item number 4. Resolution 2023 R63, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, approving a budget amendment.
Resolution number 2025-R-63 by title only for first and only reading. Resolution of the City Commission of the City of Holly Hill, Florida, approving a budget amendment request in the amount of $99,061.54 to provide for change orders needed for the Riverside Park bulkhead replacement project. Approving change order number 3 in an amount not to exceed $76,931 to allow for modification to the bulkhead and provide for existing 42-inch stormwater outfall, and authorizing the city manager to execute the same, providing for severability and providing for an effective date.
Now, would anyone like to make a comment or question on this in the audience? I see none, so we'll close public. Anyone ask for a motion on item number 4?
Make a motion.
Chef made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I can't second it. Scott made it clear. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Do we have any comments or questions about it?
No.
City Commission. Okay, I'll ask for a vote of all those in favor. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Right. Then we go to item number 5. We have a request for a lien reduction on 1511 Center Avenue. I believe, would that be Joe, or is that going to be Brian?
No, that's going to be me, sir.
Huh? You first, okay.
Yeah. So the city received a formal request to reduce the code enforcement lien on the property at 1511 Center Avenue. The property has been owned by Schwalm Holdings LLC, whose address is at 1106 Cannon Edge Drive in Austin, Texas. There are 3 code cases open on this property for tree removal without a permit, building permit requirements that were not met, and violations of sections 2661 for trash, for vermin, IMPC for grass, for exterior maintenance, for peeling paint, for awnings, and for property registrations. All violations are currently in compliance. The property was bought through a tax deed auction where the buyer was unable to determine if a lien was on a property existed. Typically, when a property is sold with a lien, through traditional methods, there is an assumption that the lien was taken into consideration during the negotiations if the purchase price. So a lien reduction is usually not granted unless the buyer enters into a compliance agreement with the city manager. Purchases made during a tax deed auction do not often provide an opportunity for a lien search to be done or an agreement with the city manager. Since the property is currently in compliance with the purchase and sale agreement in place, my recommendation in negotiating with the property owner is to settle the lien, which was originally in the amount of $173,100, for a total amount of $19,906.11. In this particular case, we are asking that the owner of the property settle this lien amount by this Friday, because this lien has been attached to a property in Ormond Beach that is for sale, and this lien needs to be cleared up in order for those sales to go through.
So there's we don't need to ask Brian anything on it or anything. We're all good.
You could ask Brian anything you want, he just doesn't have any information on it.
Does Anyone in the audience have any comment on it or questions on it? Would anyone on the city commission like to make a motion to approve it?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve.
And can we get a second? Trevor?
I second it.
Oh, you got a second there? So Penny got the motion and Jeff got the second, okay. Does anyone have a question or comment?
I do. I just would like to say this house has been in horrible shape for a long time. I did ride by there, and it's much better. And I'm glad to see that something is being done with that now, and we can hopefully move forward with it in a positive manner. And that's why I don't have a problem with the 10% that we usually agree upon. I guess I'm the hard nose up here, but that's okay.
Who said that?
Oh, I don't know. I heard it with my own 2 ears. That's all I have.
It's very close to the school. So no more questions or comments? We have a motion and we have a second. And I guess now all we need is a vote. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So we'll have 4-0. Okay, so we have item number 6, lien reduction.
Yes, Mayor, so the city received a formal request to reduce the code enforcement lien on the property located at 563 10th Street. The property has been owned by Ryan and Margaret, and I can't pronounce the name, Jassing, whose address is 1512 State Avenue in Holly Hill. The property at 563 10th Street is an apartment complex. There were several violations identified on the property in the findings of fact and conclusion of law from the special master hearing on October 27, 2023. The violations were for IPMC violation for handrails and guardrails, for doors, for parking stops, for exterior walls, for windows, screens, light fixtures, stairs, staining, fences, trash and debris. All the violations are currently in compliance, making the request eligible for a lien reduction. Since the property is currently in compliance, the recommendation to settle the payment is in the amount of $20,129.36 from an original lien of $193,650. The owners have until September 12th to pay that amount.
Does anyone in the audience have comment on this? Does Brian have anything to add on it?
That December 12th was their request?
September 12th.
September 12th. I wondered it was going
That's coming up pretty quick. That's next month. We're moving through the summer. No one in the audience has any question or comment? Could we get a motion to approve it?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second.
And,
Now, you have a question or comment?
I have a comment, of course. Well, I wasn't here last meeting, so I'm making up.
And we missed you.
I just want to say that the fine structure that the staff and Mr. Forte have come up with that we've been using for quite some time now, that is not me. But somebody needs to get sugar. I hear the alarm. If you're in danger, we've got candy, so, well, maybe we don't. Okay. Don't ignore that, whoever it is. That's one of the meters. It's not you, is it?
I don't know.
I just don't want somebody to have an issue, okay.
Not bothering me any.
But I was saying that we set up that structure so that we can try to get compliance, which we've done here. So it's always been a fair agreement, and I think in this instance, again, it's a fair agreement. That's all I have.
Great. So do you have anything, Jeff?
Not me.
Yeah, I just don't know how to put what I need, how I want to, I just think we need to have some sort of meeting sometime. I don't think right now, but how I can put it together more in my mind or something. I just think this is structured. I mean, I know that we have a lot of issues out there with code enforcement, and they're doing a great job at it. But some of these fines that build up and build up, I mean, I'm just now getting into this, Of course, I've worked here for a while and I've seen a lot of it, so, you know, I'm not immune to what's going on in some of these places. But some of these are really some stiff penalties that we put on these people. Now, some people can't afford it. I get it. I mean, they do, you know, and some of them just neglect it and they don't care what the code enforcement does when they come out there. Some of them just curse them out, tell them whatever, I'll do what I want. You know, some of them try, you know, and still come in and raise heck in here and everything else. And some people struggle. Some people struggle to try to get it done, and I know that we work with them. I'm not saying that, I know we do. But it's still, there are times when they are working with it and they're struggling, and I mean, I don't know how we can do it, because you have to put the potatoes on both sides of the table, you know, when you have a big table, so everybody's served the same way. So anyway, it's just, you know, because I know these people, so I'm kind of almost know if I should even vote on this, but not that I know them personally. I just know who they are, and they have a business here in the city, and they've struggled with this place since they bought it. And the tenants, they have a rough time with the tenants at times, trying to keep the place up. I don't know what happened with them. I haven't seen them or talked to them in probably over a year and a half. But, you know, I know that they've always struggled with this address. And he runs a business over here. He works his butt off 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and his wife works there. And they try to keep these apartments going. Not giving them any excuses. I mean, you know, if you're going to do something like that, you got to keep it up. But and it's just this other. We had another issue here a couple meetings back. It emotionally affected me. I mean, I don't apologize for that, because I have a great love for the people in this city. I grew up here since the time I was a young little kid, running around, paddling across the river to go surfing and everything else. And I do have a compassion for the people here, a deep one. And I listen to what they have to say, and sometimes it affects me. And I know this is going to affect them deeply, this money, because they're struggling with this place now. But I mean, it is the price you pay when you have to take business up in the city. But that's all I wanted to say. I just have to make that statement, because I feel that the way it's structured, I think it's hard on some of the people that this happens to. And I don't know if there's any other way we could go about maybe further looking into what's going on when these penalties are building up so high. You know, why they're not getting done, or if they're just not getting done quick enough. Can they not financially afford to get them done as quick as we need to get the thing up to par, or what? But it's kind of a, you know, it's just my look at what's happening with this. And you know, that's all I really got to say.
Vice Mayor, I just have one more thing to say, if I may.
Sure, go ahead.
I appreciate your comments and your opinion, Commissioner. The structure that was set up was done so. First, our code enforcement gets a complaint. They go out, usually a courtesy notice is given for a certain amount of time. And then after that, if nothing is done, no progress, things of that nature, they're then cited for the violation and told you have X amount of time to get this code violation situated. And after that time, they're taken to, code enforcement takes them before the special master. And the special master decides their fines and what will be done with the case. The city has nothing to do with that. That is all up to the special magistrate that is hired by the city to take care of that, nothing less than a judge in traffic court. And so when the violations then begin adding up, because that now they've been given time to fix it, if they have issues with fixing it, I know our code enforcement, I've been doing this for longer than when I've been on the commission, because I was part of the police department. They give people time if they need it, and if they show progress. It's when people don't show progress that they're taken before the special magistrate, and that's when those big fines start adding up because they're not doing anything about it. And so therefore, there was a lot of homes, a lot of businesses that all had code problems. So we've tackled the businesses in our corridor, and now, by direction of the commission, code enforcement goes into the neighborhoods. And that is the only way that we're going to be able to get our community where we don't have so many code violations, because a lot of them are very hazardous, like this apartment complex. They had hazardous issues for their residents. And I understand that apartment complexes are complicated and, a lot of work, but you've got to try to get people in to rent them that are not going to disrespect your property and tear it up. But it happens. But most of the time with this, I find that nobody communicated with our staff that they've had problems financially to get the violations cleared up, or they've had issues. People, it does happen, people do contact, but the majority of them do not. They do not contact our staff to say, hey, I'm going through this, and this is a problem, contractors are a problem, whatever the problem is. Our staff isn't contacted, so no, I don't feel sorry for them at that point, because we have tried to help them out. And I just don't feel sorry for a self-induced issue. And at some time, something has to be done. So several years ago, we said we're going to get serious on code enforcement to clean our community up, because everybody kept talking so bad about Holly Hill. And now, I hear a lot more positive about our community while I'm out speaking to other leaders in other cities, speaking to residents. I hear a lot more positive about our community. And I don't think we need to be slack on our code enforcement like was done for years in this city. Because I've been here since I was a kid too, and I volunteered for the police department for 20 years. I've been around a long time. Yes, I'm old. Been on the commission for 13. I get it. But we've got to do something and draw the line somewhere. So that's when staff, led by the city manager, came up with the what?
Criteria.
Yeah, the criteria. Thank you, because I was at a loss for words. Imagine that. And that's what we've kind of stuck by. Have we went off of that a little bit sometimes? Yes, it depends on the person's situation. That's why they come here. So I just wanted to clear up the whole process and any misconception there was about how it works. So thank you for the time, Vice Mayor. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Jim, you'd like to speak on this? Would you come on up? Maybe a little bit out of order, but go for it anyhow.
Jim LeGarrette, 340 years. I'm old, too.
Not like me.
Oh,
Not like me.
I think if I heard Jeff correctly, I think that something should be done before the code violations amount to more than the value of the house. There's some initiative should come from us to them, saying, hey, listen. I mean, it's almost every time there is one of these lien adjustments, the fines are more valuable than the house. And it should, something I think should be stepped in there. Is that what you were saying?
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Anyone else like to speak?
Do you have anything that you can add or no?
Well, we can certainly have a workshop to address some of the concerns that Commissioner Delanoy raised, but we do make every effort we can to work with property owners to get things fixed. As you mentioned, it starts out with a courtesy notice and then an official notice, and then we give them times, and then we give them extensions, then we give them more extensions, and then they go to the special master, and the special master gives them time. And then we notify them that if they don't complete it their fine's going to become a lien, and then we remind them later on that you have a lien. And really, while I understand Commissioner Delanoy's compassion for this, there is also some people out there that know we only charge 10% and they don't care. And they go, I'll let it run up as far as it will. I'm only going to pay this little amount of it, so it doesn't matter. So we get both sides of the equation. And here's
But the
another
higher the
side.
lien, the higher the 10%.
I'm sorry?
But the higher the lien, the higher the 10% is.
Yeah, but it's still minute compared to what it could be. You know, we really, and then, I mean, the most we had was the Jeep place up there of Alvasados's property, and that was over $1 million. And because he just didn't want to fix the problems. And we've tried working with him, and his attitude was, I don't care. So he didn't pay 10%. He paid significantly less than even the 5%.
That's like the property that I've been dealing with you for a few years now on Catherine.
Right.
That is so terrible.
Some of
That
these
they're now beginning to do stuff because they have the threat of us going in and doing it.
Yeah, they can fix these problems when they're small.
Yes.
And Joe, I think you made a great point. When somebody comes for a lien reduction, because there's a lien on another piece of property they have.
That's the only
that they
reason this
cannot
continues.
sell, and now all of a sudden they're going to be accountable for this lien.
And
Well,
that's-
they shouldn't get any lien reduction, frankly.
Yeah, and that's
It's
this-
each individual situation.
That's not this individual property, this was the last property, 1511 Center.
Correct.
The only reason
Yeah.
that came to us is because that lien was attached to a property in Ormond that had a contract for sale.
Exactly right.
And the buyers needed it to be cleared up. And if it
And-
weren't for that, who knows how long this would be.
We never would have gotten a dime, yeah.
And we have one other concerned citizen would like to speak about this as well.
Phil Lobby, 326 15th Street. Randy Ast and Kyle Mahans are code enforcement officers here. They're very easy to talk to. They will help you and they'll help try to kick the can down the street as far as they can to give you time, because I have had to speak to them for several of my properties that I have. And they've helped me out immensely when they couldn't help me out. Just to let you know the quality of the staff that you have. Mr. Forte, keep his office door open.
Yeah.
And he'll come out and, hey, how can I help? You know, what can we do? What can we do to make this help? know,
Thank you.
People get busy. What we just want, like you guys keep saying, compliance. Mr. Forte is always ready and available to help in any way. You know, he's not gonna come out and fix your code violation. But he will give you exceptions and everything, you know, so.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for saying that, because I think it's important and we stand behind our staff.
And we haven't voted on this yet.
No,
but,
sir, we haven't.
I would like to say one thing about it is I believe we should take things case by case, because we're not in the business of making a profit off of liens and code enforcements and things like that. I think we're in the business of using it as a tool to force people to clean up and straighten up and put it back in code, which some of them know if they're under, you know, a certain amount of rules in the city of Holly Hill, like they don't have to do it unless they actually sell the property. As long as they keep it, they don't get exposed to it as well, you know what I mean? So you got to be careful about that as well, you know? But I still think it should be a case-by-case basis.
I agree, case by case, and certainly when it's a revenue-generating property, it should be weighed against what's going on.
You know. But the thing about it is, it's brought up, we really should contact and work with the staff on it that has control over the code enforcement. When, you know, I've been on the other side, not by choice, but it was a great thing because, you know, I had my property on Nova Road was getting kind of run down, pretty well nasty looking, and I hired one of the greatest attorneys there is, and he said the only thing, he told me the only thing I can do is paint the building, put on a new roof, and do everything on it. I put a brand new aluminum staircase on the outside, got rid of a wood staircase. I spent quite a bit of money on it. I don't keep track of it most of the time, but he said you can't go in there, you can't move any of the property that belongs to the tenant, He can't go inside and do anything, which is totally ridiculous. So the good thing about it is, when Brian comes in and puts a code enforcement against it, it gives me a tool to work with. It makes me where I can go to him and say, look, Brian's going to charge me $250 a day at least, maybe $500. If I don't do something to clean this up, are you going to clean it up? Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. And he does nothing. So then you go back and say, well, okay, now it's getting close. The next move is going to the special magistrate. So Brian says, okay, we work together, Brian. We coordinated this all together and all. And so we had it planned out to where I made sure that he understood that he's paying me like $5,000 a month. I'm going to pay $500 a day. The figures don't add up. I said, it's not going to work. So I go to him and tell him, if you know not going to work, cooperate and clean this up, I have to file an eviction notice. So that gave me a right and a conscience to do it as well. You know, I don't like to hurt somebody, a victim or something. So I got my attorney, which was Abe McKinnon, which is one of the greatest, one of Scott's partners, and he went in and he got it done a lot quicker than I thought he would. He got him evicted, and then I had to clean up the whole complete mess, you know. But I got it done. It made the property from look like it's run down, almost a junkyard, into what it is now. It's just a really, really pretty place to look at, a pretty place to visit, a great place for kids to play and do good and all, because I had a tool to work with to do it. And then my attorney comes to me and says, well, you know, he owes you at least $30,000 back payment. I can go get this if you want me to. I said, no. I said, let him use that to start over. I don't want to hurt him. I just want him out so I can fix up the place. So it's a good tool, just exactly like I feel like it's a good tool to have eminent domain. I don't think eminent domain should be used to kick people out or hurt people. I think eminent domain should be used as a tool so that big developers and people that know that there's going to be this project coming through, they can go ahead of it and buy the property at a cheaper price and then hold the county or the state or whatever hostage to pay a full price that they want. So I think that's the advantage to that too. Same way. So I think that's how code enforcement should work. I think it does work. And like I'm trying to get to right down to it is, we're not trying to make a profit off of code enforcement. We're just trying to get the property into code. Now I'm done with it. If nobody else has anything on any of those, I'll just ask if we can have a vote. And I'll ask all those in favor.
Aye.
Aye. We have a carried 4-0, Scott.
What was the amount on that, Joe, did it come out to?
20,500 and change.
But I agree with you, Jeff.
I thought it was
Some people just
20,129
can't afford it.
and
They
change.
just don't have the money, you know, to do it or something.
In this particular case, the property owners were also represented by an attorney, so they did have an attorney involved.
Now we're going to move to public hearings. We have none. So Brian gets to rest tonight, right, Brian? None, right? Okay, so then we'll go on to item number 8, which is communications. And the first communication we have is the city manager.
The only thing I have is on September 4th, the Crime Stoppers banquet is held at the Speedway. And typically, there are seats available for the mayor and the city manager. I'm unable to attend, and I haven't been in touch with John Penny yet to see if he's able to attend. But if he's not, there'll be at least one, possibly 2 seats available. If anybody on the commission would like to go, let me know, and we'll go ahead and get those seats filled. We'd like to have the seats filled in show of support of our officer that's being nominated.
I would like to go.
Okay.
So if the city mayor can't attend, should the city vice mayor attend?
If you would like to.
Well, I mean, I'm not crazy about it. I've been to him before, but I will say I'll volunteer if he can't do it,
Okay, as soon as he gets back, I'll let you know.
depending on my health condition, of course.
Okay,
Not in the best of shape.
I think that's all I have.
That's all you have?
That's
What
it.
about Mr. Simpson, our city attorney?
No comments.
Wow. So now we got the mayor's comment. If I go comment before the city commission, I'll say that I think we have a Florida League of Cities coming up, starting on Thursday, is it correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is everyone, all the city commissioners going, are you going, Joe?
Yeah, but I think it starts Wednesday, right? Wednesday afternoon or?
Yeah, I think-
Well, there's activities on Wednesday.
You're
for the
checking on Wednesday,
mayors.
Joe.
The main conference, if you will, starts Thursday morning early.
Sometimes the check-in is not a walk in the park either, so
Yeah.
get there a little early.
I think everything on Wednesday is for the mayors.
Yeah.
So the main part of it's Thursday, I guess.
Starts the early Thursday morning.
Yeah,
And if
some-
you haven't,
I got a problem with that. I'm going to talk to you after the meeting.
if you haven't done your ethics training, that's a perfect time, Thursday morning.
I think everybody's done the ethics training.
Have they?
Have you done the ethics training, Joe?
Yes.
Pretty sure, I think everybody has. I did mine, I was probably the last one. But, yeah, and that is coming up as well as tomorrow, Wednesday. They're having a after hours, the Ormond Beach Chamber of Commerce is holding an after hours at Pictona. So if anyone is still here before they go to Orlando or the other side of Orlando,
I wish they'd done it another
is anyone
night.
planning on attending that at Pictona?
I'll be in Orlando.
You'll be there?
Yeah.
You'll be there? Coming to Pictona tomorrow night?
No,
No,
I won't be here.
I'm not real crazy about that either, but I probably should go to represent the mayor since the mayor's out of town on excused vacation, right?
Just if you stop in.
I'll stop in and say hi, right?
Vice Mayor, just
Welcome,
if I
Mayor.
could,
Go right ahead.
we need to decide the voting delegate for our city for Thursday. Or not Thursday, I think it's
Well, the mayor's
whatever
not-
day it is, but
Well, the mayor's not gonna be there, the vice mayor's not gonna be there, so it's up to 3 people, so we
I nominate Penny Curry.
actually, I'll be good with nominating Commissioner Stowe, and I will agree to attend with her.
Will she help me?
It's not a big deal, really.
Okay.
I swear it's not, but I will go with you, I don't have a
All
problem.
right, all right. Yes, then I'd
we
be
need a
glad
second
to
on
do
the
it.
motion, right?
So will you withdraw your motion?
Withdraw it. I didn't make a motion.
Yeah, you
did I?
did.
Why do you wanna withdraw the motion?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I withdraw my motion.
Thank you.
You
I'll-
wanna do it?
Yeah.
No, I've done it. Somebody else needs the
You gonna
experience.
Make a motion for her to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion that, we
Agreeable, Deborah?
nominate Deborah Snow as the, voting delegate for the Florida League
I'm
of Cities.
So are you agreeable, Deborah?
I am.
So we have a second on the motion? Jeff seconds the motion.
And I promise I'll help
Okay,
you.
so now, all in
It's not a
favor
big
say-
deal though,
All
really.
in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carries.
You probably won't
One.
even need any help. I'll go there and just sit.
All right.
So we got a voting delegate. We got it all planned out. We got it figured out for the Pictona tomorrow. And the only other thing I would like to present, I would like to somehow or another, I know we did a workshop on LPGA, and it seemed like it was going kind of south because it was just pricing itself out of business for one thing. And another thing is that I don't think anybody on this commission is in favor of taking people's property by eminent domain. I know I'm not. I know for sure Penny Carey's not, and Deborah's not, and Jeff's not, because they all spoke about it as well. But I was talking to Joe about it the other day, and I really believe it can be done. If we have another workshop and plan it out just right, I've got a lot of great ideas of how it can work and not take anybody's property on the north side of LPGA. And this has been going on for so long, and it just seemed like every time we do anything, it goes nowhere. It just seemed like it's going nowhere again. So I think if we have at least one more workshop and how a Joe can set it up and make it work, I think we can probably work it out. We got it figured out right now. It's going to cost us over $50 million to pay to redo a road. It's just over a mile long, like a mile and 4/10, I think. And also, it was brought up that there's a transmission line on it, and it takes a lot of money to move a transmission line. They're correct about that, but they're not correct about it being a transmission line. There is no transmission line. There is one on Walker Street, but there is not one on LPGA because there's no substation, so there's no reason for one. You know, difference between a three-phase feeder line, a transmission line, minimum voltage in a transmission line is 120,000 volts. And all the voltage in a three-phase feeder line is 23,000. So there's a big difference. But that can be dealt with as well. I kind of got that figured out. So if we can, Joe, could we have another workshop on that? You'll set that up. Okay, I appreciate it. I think everything's going pretty well. My grandson's trying out for Seabreeze baseball tonight, and I'm pretty well. I won't say I really believe he'll make the team.
Sure.
You know, because he's done pretty well so far. So he'll be a Seabreeze baseball player. They needed a scoreboard that they've been needing for quite a while on the Seabreeze baseball field up by the quad fields in Ormond. My daughter went and got a grant for that, and for $50,000, and she got the whole total grant for it. So now we're going to get a scoreboard up there for Seabreeze. That'll be a great thing. And also tonight, the Ormond Beach newspaper's doing a big article on the Volusia Sports Center. So I'll probably go by there after I get out of here, but it might be about over by then, because it's still got a ways to go. Or I might go by the field and see what Dallas is doing. But that's the only comments I have. So now we'll start with, who, you want to start, Deborah? You want Jeff?
He usually starts with
Jeff
whoever
start.
had invocation.
Start, Joe?
I don't have much to say. I want to say though, I worked here. I think everybody that works here in Holly Hill, most everybody puts their heart into it.
Most.
I even got an agreement with the city manager.
I'll give you that.
But our code enforcement, I know Randy too, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I just have the concerns on some people are hit with this pretty hard. And I get it. I mean, just all the comments that were made from the commission and the city manager, it is the way it is. Some people just don't care. Yeah, but on the other hand, there are that few that maybe, some of them, I think there was a couple of them, and it's just not what has come up here before this commission. I mean, I've known of others, and I keep saying, because I'm working here for 13 years, and I'd be out there in the field and see people trying, in different situations. I've seen landlords sitting out there crying in their front yard because their house has just got totally destroyed, and everything that was in the house is in the front yard, and he's having to deal with it, or she has to deal with it. I mean, there's all sorts of crazy situations that happen, and it's a terrible thing in some cases. In some cases, the landlords can't help it. I mean, they can't get in there to get them out, and when they do get them out, they're stuck with it, and then, and I know that Randy gives them all the time in the world to clean it up. He does. He always has. And I know Joe works with everybody. He always has, with everything that he can do. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that I don't have anything bad to say about anybody that works here at all. I just, because I don't know enough about this to try to make it into a different type of a system, what's fair, what's not fair.
But you're learning.
But I'm learning. But it just affects me in some situations, the amount of money that's involved that these people have to pay. I know that these people that own this 10th Street project, they struggle every day. They're trying to make a living working a metal shop up on State Street. And, I know that it's affected them. They probably hired an attorney because knowing them, they're scared. They just didn't know how to approach it, probably. In my opinion, that might be what the issue was. I don't know. So I just wanted to make that clear. Other than that,
Joe, do you have any idea how City of Daytona or the City of Ormond deals with, do they reduce theirs down to 10%?
I don't know how they do it, but the way we do it is very similar to how Seminole County does it. That's where I got this process from.
Okay.
I know that Daytona caps the.
Scott's a code, the special master for another city.
Yeah, well, for Ormond.
Ormond.
But I do the special master work there, and theirs is exactly like ours. But I
In
know
Ormond?
Daytona, I don't think Ormond caps the fine. I know Daytona caps the fine. And I think Port Orange might cap the fine at a certain dollar, once it gets to a certain dollar amount, or like a certain percentage of the value of the property, which, I don't think is a good idea, because these things get big, not because we go in and levy $100,000 fine. They get big because there may be a $100 fine that goes on for 1,000 days, and it gets to 100,000.
Yeah.
And that's really
Yeah,
kind
yeah, I
of, we don't
get it.
charge interest or
Oh, I
anything like
know.
that.
I know.
And so if you cap the fine at you know, the fair market value of the property or whatever the case may be, then whatever incentive there was, in my opinion, personal opinion, to correct the violation is now gone because the fine's not getting any bigger. But that's, you know, that's just my personal opinion, but that's the only other thing that I've seen some cities do. I think when I've asked the city attorneys about it, they've said their city was concerned that if there's no equity in it, then the people have lost interest in the property. Whereas if there's, you know, capped, there's still equity there that they can save. You know, just a different view of it.
Yeah, I get it.
Would you like to go next, Penny?
Sure.
You finished, Jeff, right?
Did you finish?
Yeah, I'm good.
I appreciate everybody coming out and participating in government. It's always a great thing to see. And I made a rule some 13 years ago, almost 13 years ago, that I don't leave here taking anything personally from that side or this side. What happens in these meetings as far as what one would perceive as a personal attack or constructive criticism or anything of the nature, I leave here. I don't take things personally. So I just want you to know that. I try not to harbor ill feelings with anybody, okay? That's all I have to say, except for Joe.
And my first,
Let's not mention that name.
and my first question would be, how many years did it take you to get to the point where that worked?
Oh, my God, a long time. I'll be honest, a long time.
So do you have any more, Penny?
No, that's all I had.
Do you have something?
I would just like to say I was at the elementary school along with the chief and Dr. Costelli from the school board and the principal and the teachers. And I am not a kid person. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. But watching those kids get out of that car grinning like fools, running up to this red carpet. And the best are the kids who don't want to show you that they're happy about this. They try to hold it in, and by the time they get to the red carpet and see the stars, they're just grinning like fools. And the shy kids, and the chief, I thought it was his granddaughter. He brought a little girl up the red carpet. It was the cutest thing ever. Yeah, it was a wonderful day at the school.
It's an awesome experience.
And a lot of hard work goes into it. I was there early and watched the teachers unpack their cars for the first day of school. It was unbelievable, the amount of stuff they hauled in. But it was a wonderful day. Yeah. So thank you for that privilege. Yeah.
For that privilege, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the only thing you had?
That's it.
Okay. So, I think we pretty well concluded our meeting unless anybody has anything else, but, I'm so glad you could come and be with us, Jim Cameron. Yeah. Guy that was in charge of the Daytona Beach Regional Chamber of Commerce for 38 years before retiring, am I correct? Okay. Good. Appreciate everything you've done for us and do for us and still doing for me. You helped me out so much. Thanks. And if no one has anything else, I will adjourn the meeting. The meeting is adjourned.
And thank you.